That is the option called capital R, recursive list. You see, recursive list. That is all you can do with mkdir. While working with Linux commands, all of you, one should remember about the absolute path and relative path. Okay, this is very important while executing some commands here. What is the difference between absolute path and relative path? Absolute path is a path which always begins with forward slash. Relative path will not begins with forward slash. Absolute path, I can say it's a complete path. Complete path which always begins with root. But relative path is not the complete path, all of you. It will not begin with root. See the difference over here. If you see, this is my current working directory here called /root. In order to create directories in the local this thing, I'll run the command called mkdir. I want to create a directory called edureka. Would you let me know where this particular directory would be created? Yes, this particular directory would be created in the directory called /root. Since /root is my local directory, now this mkdir will be creating the directory called edureka under /root. So I'm using the relative path. So this particular path will not begin with forward slash. Let's say I don't want to create this particular directory in /root. I want to create this directory somewhere else, like /opt/edureka. Now you see.
Okay, so yesterday I also discussed with you. So make sure you have to understand the location where you have created the directories. So yesterday I have seen that some student they have written, so it mentions so the no directory or file is exists. So this is the reason. Okay.
mkdir is creating the directory called edureka under opt directory, not the local one. It is not creating in the /root. It is creating under /opt. So this is exactly called as absolute path. Absolute path is nothing but the complete path which always begins with forward slash. Or else what you need to do, all of you, first you need to change cd/opt, then you need to create a directory called mkdir. Yes or no? This two operation is equal to one operation. First, what we are doing here, we are changing to /opt, and then we are creating the directory. Where this directory will be created, this is created under /opt. This is relative path, and this is what? Absolute path. Rather than doing like this, I can better execute the command. Being in one directory, I'm creating directories in somewhere else. See, practically all of you, mkdir /opt/edureka. Now, edureka is not created here. Under local, the directory is not created.
Okay, so you have to understand the absolute path. So what's the difference? Now you can write down this command and I will continue. Okay, we are going to continue. So you have to understand that the when you are going to write down this command mkdir, so the edureka will be created under the opt the directory. So this is the way you have to understand. So the yesterday I have already mentioned you again and again. So make sure when you're going to create a directory, so you have to understand where you have created. how you are going to move over there. So using the cd command. So we will continue. Is the the subdirectory of the OPT. So the now that we have finished the portion of the directories, now we are going to talk about how to create a file. Okay. So the file basically is used to contain the text. What are the ways we are going to create a file? So we can see here now.
Multiple methods of creating files. One of the method for creating files would be one is cat. Cat stands for concatenation. The meaning of concatenation is nothing but joining. And the second method is called touch, and the last method is called VI or VIM. So these are exactly called as default editors in Linux and Unix operating system. Okay. So there are different methods for creating files over here. Let's see each and every method one by one. What is cat? Cat is nothing but concatenation. Using cat, we can create files. See some examples here. In the current working directory called /root, I will be creating some files here. Let's say the command is cat redirecting to, I would like to create a file with the name called file1.txt. Okay. Now here, I would like to add this particular content. Edureka is one of the best online training tutor. This content I would like to add in the file1.txt. Go to the new line. If you don't want to add anything, or Linux is considered to be one of the most powerful and secure operating system. Control D. What is Control D? Which denies next line. That means in this particular file here, we have 2 lines of text. See the command. The command is cat standard out, and you see file1.txt. Now you see.
So you have to understand so the how I'm going to create a file. So cat, so this is a greater than symbol. So this is called the standard out. Okay. So and then the file name is file1.txt. So here we are going to add these 2 lines. Okay. And after the finishing the the lines, we are going to press Control D. So make sure again Control D, and these 2 lines are added into the file1.txt. Okay, so you have to understand how. So cat the standard out and then file1.txt. So this is the greater than symbol. If you forget, no problem. So you can. So this is the redirection symbol, or you can see the greater than or the out symbol. So these are many ways to remember. So now the next command is how to see the content. So then we are going to use the cat, and then I'm not going to use this greater than symbol. So I will just write down here file1.txt. So it will show you the content of the file1.txt. So let's see here.
See in the current working directory, I created a file called file1.txt. Now, txt is not mandatory in Linux, all of you. By default, whenever you create files with cat, touch, and vi, all will be ASCII text files. This is just given for better understanding. File1.txt got created. In the case if you want to view the contents, cat file1.txt. This is how you can view the contents. And then in the case of you can put -n. Be modified. File1.txt there. Appending is in progress. Something. Control D. Now.
Okay, so now you can see here. So we can see the content. So what are the content in the file? So the cat, and then I'm not going to use the greater than symbol. So if I want to add some more data, content in that file, so then I'm going to use the cat. So this is the redirection symbol. So 2 times greater than, and then file1.txt. So it means that we have already the file and we are going to add some content. So the appending is in progress. So this is the way we can create the file, we can append the data. So please write down, then I will move to the next one. Okay, so now we are going to continue. I think you have already written this command.
You see, the third line got added. Can you see the third line? If you want to see along with the line numbers, you can put hyphen N.
So the hyphen n is also the one more option is available. So where you can see the what you call the line numbers. You can see here we have a three lines, one, two, three. So here is they have given the sequence of line. So line one, two, and three. So what options we are going to use? Cat, file name, and then the hyphen n. So this is the way we are going to write down the commands through the cat. Okay, so we will see the some more options how we can write on the cat command.
N with the cat command to see with the line numbers one, two, three, like that. See, what is the actual purpose of using cat command? As I told you, cat stands for concatenation. The meaning of concatenation is nothing but joining. Let me create another file. Cat redirecting to file2.txt. Some lines of text over here. I'll go to the fourth line, control D. Now here, these are the contents of file2.txt. See, the actual purpose of using cat command. What I will be doing now, I will join these two files. I will join file1.txt, file2.txt. I will put into different file. That means whatever contents I have in file 1 and file 2 will be joined together and will be saved into different file. How to do that? The command is cat file1.txt space file2.txt. I will put that all the contents in file3.txt.
So now you can see here. So we have a two files. Cat file1.txt then space file.2txt. So yesterday I have observed many students they are writing the commands in such a way without any spaces. So make sure you should have a clear understanding. So where I have to give the space. Okay. So cat file1.txt then space file.2txt and then so these are the two files we are going to paste. I'm going to use the word paste all the content from these two files into the third file, which is called the file3.txt. So you can see this is the another options for the cat command.
This is exactly called as concatenation. Joining.
Okay, so make sure you will create the second file and then write on this command, then I will continue. Hurry up.
Two files or more files. Here I've taken example of only two files here. In fact, you can take more than two also. Cat file1.txt, file2.txt, all the contents will be combined together, will now be in file3.txt. There is one more disadvantage of using cat command. Cat command will not work in interactive mode. That means it never prompts you for overwrite or different kinds of things. What happens if I take a situation, if you just take one real time problem, what happens if file 3 is already there in the hard disk? Yes, file 3 data will be overwritten with file 1 and file 2 contents. So please be very careful while executing cat command. Since cat command will not work in interactive mode, definitely it is not possible to revert back the changes. You can't do that. See, once you press enter, new file got created here, a new file called file3.txt. Now you see the contents of file3.txt there. Whatever data we got in file 1 and file 2 have been combined together. Now you see in file 3. See some.
Okay, so please write on this command. Then we will continue. Hurry up.
Examples here, cat file1.txt redirecting to file2.txt. What happens? Yes, file2.
Yes, Anish, what's your question you have? You raise your hand.
Yes, sir. Sir, I have a doubt with this command. Can I see once?
Which one?
I'm also having them.
Sorry, which command?
Sir, the previous one which you showed earlier.
Yes.
Sir, I have a doubt with this command that I can't get the point.
So the combining the two files.
Yes, sir.
So actually we have two files and we want to combine the content of the both files and we want to place in the third file. That's it. I think there is no confusion should be there, right?
Yes, sir. Confusion should not be there, but I didn't get the point, the actual point where what they want to convey.
So if there is a two files, we want to
Yeah.
combine the content and we want to put it into the third file. That's it. So we have one separate file, another file. How to combine the two files together in a single file?
Okay, and sir, one more question. And why do we need to write PWD again and again?
The which command?
Sir, like present directory, PWD.
PWDs is basically when you're working in the Microsoft, you already know about that. You know, it shows the location. But when you're working in the Linux, sometimes you forget, you know. So I just give the example yesterday. Yesterday, the student they want to go to that directory, so it shows that file or directory is not existed. What's
Yeah.
the reason? Because you don't know, you are not aware where you are now working, you know. So every time,
Okay.
so we want to make sure where I am now. So then
Okay.
what is my location? Okay. So for
Okay.
example, if you are traveling, right? So you
Yeah.
already know because you are thinking, you know. So this is a computer. We have to see, you know, where I am. So the computers don't have any mind, right? So we have to give the directions every time, right? So the what the computer will do, what we give the direction every time to him, right? The same thing
Yes.
is here in the Linux. The what is the crucial point? The location. So sometimes you created the directory, you created the files, but later on you say, oh, where's my directory? Where's my files?
Yes.
So make sure you have to understand. So the which you know the working directory you have created, you know, and because it is
Okay.
not showing on the left side, it is not showing you the sometimes the the current working directory. So this is the way you have to use. You have to understand where I am now. Yes.
Okay. Yes, sir.
So what else? The question.
No, sir. Everything got clear.
Sir, can I share my screen? I just want to ask something. Hello.
Just give me 1 minute. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, now you can share your screen.
Sir, I have created a whole that like hello one, hello two, hello three. When I just try that command for copying in another directory, it shows no such file or a directory. But I have created all the three ones.
You have written cat again, bro. Don't write cat again.
Yeah, cat, you have written cat, hello, cat.
Okay,
So
okay,
we
okay.
didn't put the cat over there again. Cat, then one file, then second file. We don't put the cat again.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
So here says the cat, no such file. So he's talking about, so you have created the one more file, which name is cat, right? So remove this one again, up arrow key, press up arrow key. Press up arrow key. No, it's not working. Okay, so write on cat. So I can't see something. Okay. So you have to remove the cat here. So then it will work. Cat hello one.txt. Don't answer. Akash, are you there? I didn't see the Akash today.
Yes, sir. My video is also on, sir.
Ask your mom, okay, I'm studying. This course is very difficult.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, please. Ask mom so that give me tomorrow morning, the task. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, we are going to continue.
Content will be overwritten with, here I've taken example of only.
Okay, so I went back again. So you can see here the cat file one.txt, and then we didn't write again the cat command. So I think just now I have seen the Anish, I think you was not mistaken. The cat file one.txt, then the second file.txt. So the what is the purpose? So we have to add these two files content and put it into the third file. So this is the one option we have it in the cat command. So why we need it? So it depending on your requirement. But so this is the option you have. So we have a two files. We want to add the content of these two files into the third file. That's it. Okay, we are going to continue.
Two files here. In fact, you can take more than two also. Cat file1.txt, file2.txt, all the contents will be combined together, will now be in file3.txt. There is one more disadvantage of using cat command. Cat command will not work in interactive mode. That means it never prompts you for override or different kinds of things. What happens if I take a situation, if you just take one real-time problem, what happens if file 3 is already there in the hard disk? Yes, file 3 data will be overwritten with file 1 and file 2 contents. So please be very careful while executing cat command. Since cat command will not work in interactive mode, definitely it is not possible to revert back the changes. You can't do that. See, once you press enter, new file got created here, a new file called file3.txt. Now you see the contents of file3.txt there. Whatever data we got in file 1 and file 2
Progress.
are combined together. Now you see in file 3. See some examples here. Cat file1.txt redirecting to file2.txt. What happens? Yes, file 2 content will be overwritten with file 1 content. If you don't want to override, if you want to append, this is to append. This is not to overwrite. This is to.
So here you can see the difference between the append and copy. So if you will put it, the one greater than symbol, so the previous content will be erased. But if you are going to use the two greater than symbol, so then this is used for adding the content. So make sure you will understand the point when I'm going to use the single greater than symbol. So why I'm going to use the two times the greater than symbol for adding the content. So these are the things you have to be very careful. So when I will give you the assignments next time, so these are the things you have to know about that. So when I'm going to use the single greater than symbol, when I'm going to use the adding the content into the file.
Append cat file1.txt appending to file2.txt. That means this contents will be added to file2 contents. File2 contents will not be overwritten. Lot of things can be done, but you must be very careful while executing this particular commands. See, still I see the existing data, and these are the data got appended now. This is the files1 data got appended here in file2. But using cat command, you cannot modify existing lines. You can't do that. Okay. This is about cat command and the command about touch. What is the importance of touch command? Using touch command, one can create multiple files together, but all the files will be 0 bytes. Touch file4.txt, file5.txt. There you see, I've created multiple files here, but all these files will be 0 bytes with no data added to those particular files. You want to add data, you run with the echo command. Echo, I would like to add this particular data, good morning, to the file called file4.txt. Now you see cat file4.txt, you got the data called good morning.
Okay, so now you can see here. So the touch command basically is used to create the file. And now you can see here how we are going to insert the the data into the file 4.txt. So the echo. So this is the when you will use this command. So the good morning. So this message we are going to place into the file 4.txt. And then when you will see the content, so you can see the output of the good morning that this message is placed in file 4.txt. So what is the now the disadvantage of the the cat command? Here you cannot modify the content. So for example, if I want to change the content instead of good morning to good evening, I can't. I cannot modify the content. So that is the drawback we have in the cat command. So what I said, we have some limitations. We have some drawback in the cat command. What is the drawback? We cannot change the content of the file. So, okay, if we cannot change the content of the file, how I am going to change the content? So maybe you are thinking the append is different with the modification. Append means we can add more data, but here we are talking about modification. How to modify? For example, instead of good morning, I want to change to good evening. So that is the the issue. How I can change the content. So now we are going to focus how I'm going to modify the content of the file. So let's go through that, the video.
Okay, that is about touch command. And next, we'll talk about editors in a short while from now. We'll talk about copy command. CP stands for copy. Copy, to copy the files and folders from one location to other location. So let us see how to copy a file here. In order to copy a file, for example, let me take employee.txt. The command is copy what you want to copy, where you want to copy. You know what is source and what is destination. So this is my source directory, and I would like to copy this particular file under OPT. A very small example. This is a file name employee.txt, which is there under /root. This is my source directory. This is my target directory, destination directory. From this source directory, I'm copying a single file. Where I'm copying this file? Under OPT. Once you press enter, the file will be copied. You go to /opt there, you see under OPT, one file has been copied here, that is employee.txt.
Okay, so that is also the very important. Some students, they have done the mistake again. They don't know the source and the destination. So first you will see here the employee.txt. So this file is under the root directory. So here I will specify the source directory. So you can see here, I'm going to copy. So this is the source directory. What is the file name? Employee.txt. I want to copy. So this file is available in the root directory and I want to place it in the OPT. So the OPT, if you will look at here, so we have seen ls here. So the OPT is available here. Yes or no? Please let me know. So we want to go to this folder. So what is this folder? OPT folder. And I want to place the file, which is the file name is employee.txt. So I want to copy. So this is my root directory. So I want to copy the employee.txt. I want to place. So this is the destination folder. OPT is a destination folder. So, and also I have mentioned many times, if there is any error, so it will show you the error message, So try to understand the error message and then after that, there is no error message. I can write on the command ls then slash opt. So I want to see the content of the opt folder. So you can see here, we have two files. One is directory and one is the file. So this is the way we can copy the command. Copy source directory, then file name. So the some student they forget the write down the file name. So make sure you will write down the file name. So make sure it's copy, then space, and then all the the path without any spaces. Then again space, the destination. So operating system knows what you're going to do it. Okay.
By default, copy command works in the backend. It does copying part in the backend. If you want to see everything in the forend, you have to pass an option called -v, verbose, verbosity. I'll take one more example here. File1.txt, I would like to copy under /opt. See the difference, all of you? See the difference between the backend and forend? Here, once you pass an option -v, you'll come to know what are you copying, where are you copying. That is
Okay, so you can see here the -v. So it gives you the more clear picture. So what is the clear picture? So this file1.txt, which is the part of the root directory. So we are going to copy. So where I'm going to copy? I'm going to copy into the OPT folder, and then the file name is file.txt. So if you are going to use the -v, so it gives you the more clear picture. Okay, what is the source and where is the destination? And here, after writing this command, it does not show you anything, right? So this is the difference between the -v and without -v. So make sure you have to understand. So the -v gives you the more clear picture about copying the content from source to the destination. So here you can see the source and then the file name and then the destination, the folder name, and then the file name. So this is the difference between without -v and with the -v command.
exactly called as verbose mode. Suppose if you want to
Okay, sorry. So you can write on this command, then I will continue. Okay, I'm going to continue.
Copy multiple files there. For example, copy file2.txt, file3.txt, where you want to copy to /opt. There you see under /opt, multiple files got copied.
So in this example, we did not specify the source directory. So we already in this, the PWD, if you will use it, so that you already in the root directory. So the all these files are available in the root. So I am already in that, the location. So I didn't specify the source directory. So I am going to copy these two files. So again, so make sure you have to remember about the spaces. So file2.txt, then space, file3.txt, then space /opt. I want to copy these two files and put it into the third file. No, sorry, in the OPT folder. Please write down this command. Do we continue? Okay, Bhavesh, I will come back to you. So let me finish the copy and the what you call it command, then I will come back to you. We are going to continue. I think you have already written the command.
Okay. If you want to copy multiple files, all of you, you can always make use of regular expressions. Now, can you tell me what is the common between all these files here? The common extension would be start.txt, all of you, or you can take F character, or you can take the word file. See one more example here. Copy star.txt. I'm always giving absolute path for better understanding. Start.txt, where you would like to copy these files. What do you mean by star? Star means all. But I don't want to copy all here. I want to copy only those files which has got the common extension .txt. Start.txt /usr/local. It will be copying there. See, you want to copy in foreground, you mention -v, enter. See, multiple files got copied here with extension called .txt. In order to validate /usr/local, which will give you.
Okay, so you can see here, I'm going to copy. So -v I have used. So this is my source directory. Star means all the files with the extension txt. So instead of I'm going to type one by one all the commands with the txt, so I have written the star.txt. So what it will do, and then this is my destination, user/local. So it will copy the files imply.txt, file1, file2, 3, 4, 5, all the files at this destination. So which is USR and the local. So this is my destination. So all the files are copied. So the -v, we have already seen the Kerberos, so which will give you the more clear picture from where you are going to copy. So it can give you the more clear picture. So this is called, the regular expression example. Please write down. Then I'm going to move to the next one. Okay, we are going to continue.
See, multiple files got copied here. Likewise, in the case if you want to copy a directory, for copying directory, you have to mention the option called -R. R is nothing but recursive mode. What you want to copy, where you want to copy. I want to copy a directory called dir1, okay, /root/dir1. Why I'm not giving /root, all of you? Since I'm already working under /root, I'm giving relative path. If you wanted to give absolute path, you can give that. See, dir1. Where is dir1? It is under /root. So when you're working with the same directory, you can always give relative path. When you're not working with the same directory, you have to give absolute path. Like that, you can make use of different paths here. /root/dir1, I want to copy under /opt. There you see ls/opt there. One directory has been copied.
So you have to understand the difference. So this time I'm going to copy the directory, not the file. So this is the way I'm going to copy the directory. So I'm going to use the recursive copy -R. Why I have used the -R? The dir1 is the directory. It's not a file. So this is the way I'm going to use.
Over here. Okay, it might be empty directory.
Okay, so please write down this command, then I will move. So you have to understand the difference. So this time I'm going to copy the directory, not the file. So copy -R, and then the dir1 is the subdirectory of the root, and I want to copy the directory dir1 into the opt. Now, after writing this command, so I have to verify. So this directory is copied or not, right? So ls/opt. So you can see here that dir1 is already there. So how you can see the difference? Which one are the directories? If it is in the blue color, so those are the directories. So that you can see here the difference between the file and the directories. If the directory has the different color. So this is a difference. Okay, so please write on this command, then I'm going to move.
It might be nested directory, must and should. You have to use the option -R. -R is nothing but recursive mode. Likewise, copy command, you also have cut and paste. You would like to rename this particular file. This is the old file name and this is the new file name. Renaming a file, the command is move. It's not copy, it's cut and paste, not copy.
Okay, I'm going to stop it here. So what are the commands you have seen? Please write down. So what's the time now? The time is 10:51. So 11:05, I will start checking from all of you. So make sure you will turn on the video. So I'm going to observe all of you guys. If anyone whose video is turned off, so then I will see you tomorrow. Okay. So some students are still, they are not listing the instructions.